Hello, thanks for joining me today. And if you're watching this video, you're probably thinking about getting a mortgage and have had a recent job change. You may have gotten a new job recently, or you may be getting a new job soon, and you're concerned about whether you'd be able to qualify for a mortgage. So I wanted to explain the steps in the process and the requirements that lenders will have when you've got a recent job change. So the first important thing is that you're going to need a 2-year work history. Okay, so it doesn't have to be 2 years at the same job, but you need 2 years or 24 months of consecutive full-time employment. It's okay if you've recently changed jobs. So some people are unsure or unclear about that. It's okay if you had a recent job change with little to no gap in between. But what's also important is that your income stays consistent, the same or higher, not going down, and that you don't have any other any issues with your employment status. If you've recently changed jobs and it's a completely different field, a lender might ask you a few questions about that, but if your income is the same or greater, that should still be fine. One of the issues you might run into, though, is if you're transitioning from 1099 to W-2 or W-2 to 1099 or self-employed to W-2 and vice versa. When you start changing that type of a status or that type of employment, not status, then you're going to find that you're going to run into some difficulty. The only exception might be if you were a 1099 employee and then you're now hired as a W-2, maybe by the same company. They've brought you on full-time. As long as you have 2 years tax returns without too many write-offs as a 1099 employee and you can prove and document your income, that should still be okay too. So what type of documentation will you need if you've got a recent job change? The first thing is you're going to want to provide an offer letter or contract that you've got with the new employer. It would also be great if you've already been working there and you've got at least 30 days worth of pay stubs that you could show and prove that your income is what you said it is. In some instances, the lender might require that you write a short letter of explanation regarding the job change. You're definitely going to need your last 2 years tax returns and also last 2 months bank statements. So the next thing is if you are afraid about getting denied for a mortgage because you've got a recent job change, these are the reasons why a lender might deny you. One, your pay has decreased significantly, and now it's making your DTI calculation not work. You've switched from full-time employment to commission-based or bonus-based employment, where the money that you receive is going to be unstable or unclear in the coming months. If I think I mentioned earlier, if the two jobs are in very different lines of work, and I also mentioned going from W-2 to 1099, that could result in a denial as well. So there are some compensating factors. I think I've got another video that talks about compensating factors. In case you're wondering what that is, these are things that will help weigh in your favor when an underwriter is reviewing your file. Things that will be to your benefit, that'll help you to get approved. So first thing is low debt to income ratio. That means that the loan you're asking for is well within reason based upon the salary that you earn. Cash reserves of being at least 6 months or more. So the lender's comfortable that if something happens and you have to change jobs again or you lose this job, you've got enough money bankrolled to make at least 6 months worth of payments. You have high credit scores. That's another compensating factor, and it's often considered. They'll feel comfortable that you're someone who is used to making on-time payments if you've got high credit. And also, if you've got previous mortgage history with on-time payments, that means you will have proven to be responsible enough to have a mortgage and make the payments on time. Okay, so the other thing is if you have an employment gap between jobs, that's okay. But if you let that gap widen and it goes beyond 3 months and up to 6 months, then some lenders might have a tough time approving your new mortgage. So anyhow, hopefully this helps to explain how you can get a mortgage with a recent job change. As long as you follow some of these steps and make sure your income is consistent and you've got documentation, you should be able to get approved. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments or give us a call at Dream Home Financing. We will help you to get approved. Thanks.